My name is Margaret Judson, and I am the Executive Director of School Connect in San Antonio. I was the first one to launch this outside of Arizona. I was excited. I thought this is what our community needs. And so for me, I kind of felt like I caught the bug immediately. And so we reached out to the largest public school district in San Antonio that has over 100,000 students. And the superintendent at the time was very excited. He knew the need. But the cafe model brought in people, all these community partners, to help be a part of the solution to that challenge that they're facing. So one of those needs is, it was an elementary school, and the principal was seeing a reoccurring situation in her office every week with a set of fifth grade boys who kept getting in trouble every week, having some significant discipline issues. Well, that week before, her counselor had been to our school champion training. So she understood a little bit about School Connect and the way it operated and coming up with community partners to help address a need. And the head counselor was dating a football coach at one of the local universities down the road. And she said, "Hey, do you think maybe some of your players would do a clinic, an after-school clinic?" Well, what happened is those football players from Incarnate Word, they enjoy doing that clinic so much that they asked if they could come every Wednesday after school to work with those boys. And it became this incredible opportunity, not only for those young fifth grade boys, but also those football players, for them to give back, because so many of them could identify with those little boys. Though they were those little boys themselves, 10, 15 years earlier. They had single parent households. They didn't have all the opportunities that other kids have. So they said, for us to be able to give back was so meaningful for us. And what came out of that is the discipline issues completely dropped off. So this year just ended the third year of that program on that university campus. What I love about it is this year they were featured at our very first summit. And we did a video, but at the very end, we brought up those football players. And so you have these kids on the stage, and they're all about to graduate from college, and getting to hear their stories and the impact it made on them and how it's making them think differently about what they want to do with their own lives. And the head of all the superintendents in the state of Texas said to me at the very end, he said, "Margaret, this is what our public schools need so desperately right now. This is what they need, is they need to come together and for people to hear all the good that's happening." So to me, that is the power of the model on so many different levels, just from starting with the school champion training to the cafe model, to bringing and identifying your need and then bringing those partners in to be a part of the solution. And that comes from bringing people together, sitting around a table, getting to know one another, listening to one another. I get kind of emotional about it because I feel really honored to be working with people in my community that I have had the privilege of getting to know and to work alongside of. And especially those partners have been with this movement from day one, who continue to encourage and just push this movement forward and believe in it so much. And I have to say that really stems from School Connect, the mothership in Phoenix, because you all model that beautifully, and your whole team does that. And I think that shows in every city throughout the country. And that is what I think really, it keeps me going every day.